Hey guys, welcome to the GMV Podcast. Today is a special podcast. Um, for the fact that about a year ago, it was April 5th. Actually, it was my cousin's birthday. I had I was going to work uh, and a raccoon got in my way. And when that happened, I tried to not hit it because he was barely in the middle. So I went to the right, and my wheel caught a little bit of the grass area. So, but when I tried to, you know, put myself, on the road again, I started flipping, and I did about 8 turns. Uh, yeah, I just remember like as soon as I went like this, my car just like completely, went on its side and started like I couldn't even tell I was flipping over. Like I just remember it going da 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 da, and then as soon as my first reaction when I started rolling over was to get away from the window and from the ceiling because I seen YouTube videos. I don't know if I've seen too many or what, but that's the first thing I did. I grabbed the steering wheel, and I went to the right and I started flipping over. I When that was happening, I really thought I went inside the forest. Maybe my mind felt like a quarter mile because I just remember counting the flips. That's what I remember. Like, and then when I stopped flipping, right, I looked to my left like this, and the windshield cracked, but it was like this. So it didn't like break. It just like broke, but it was still together, but it was bent over. But what saved me, because I didn't really see it, was the airbag on my driver's side. It came out, but so the airbag hit it. So when I went like this, I could see the glass, the sharp things were like right here next to my neck. I was like, oh man, that was a close one. And then I looked like I was just trying to get my surroundings, and all I could see in front of me was just forest. So then I called 911. I called my family members and I told them, "Hey, I think I'm inside the forest because at this point I was still inside the car, right?" And and let me show you the rollover. Look at this point right there. Um, that's here. I thought. See, you see the picture right here. I thought I was inside the forest because all I could see was forest, and my windows weren't like, you know, they were like that. You see that glass, but it was bent over. I'm not sure. Yeah, so that glass was like bent over, so I couldn't tell. Wow, you know, I'm just really amazed that I actually survived that. Uh, so like I said, so all I could see was forest, right? So I was trying to get my surroundings, and then when I called 911 and my family members to come pick me up, because I was only like 5 minutes away from the house when that happened. Um, I told him, look for me, but you may have to go inside the forest. That's what I told him. But I didn't know, like, when I was flipping over, I was actually, the forest wall, I guess you could see, you say that, was just like going like this. It didn't let me penetrate the forest. Um, so it was just, so I'm over here, trying to get my surroundings, and then I hear this voice, right? Which is the craziest. This is Munger Road, in Bartlett, Illinois. I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but I think that's like there was a movie there about the train tracks, and then if you stop there, the kids push you, something like that. So I had just passed those train tracks when that happened, um, and then all of a sudden, the raccoon passed. I started flipping over. I landed. Then, when I'm trying to get my surroundings, I already called 911. I already called my family members. Now I'm looking to get a way out, but I couldn't go out here because the glass was like this. And then the airbag and everything. So I looked to my right, and I couldn't. And then I couldn't open the door to the right. So then, all of a sudden, I'm here. I hear this voice. This Hispanic lady come, and then she's like, "Hey, are you okay?" And the first thing I was like, I was like, why would there be a lady here? in the middle. It was like 11 or 12 at midnight. I'm on the road, and she started telling me in Spanish, "Hey, estás bien? Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just got into an accident. I guess you can see I got into an accident." She's like, "Can you open the door?" And I said, "No." And then she's like, "Okay." She's like, "I see the glass in the back of the car is broken. I'm gonna throw my blankets in there so you could get out." And then I was like, "Well, that's kind of odd." I'm like, because at this point I didn't hear no car pass by. I didn't see no car. I didn't hear nothing. I didn't even hear, like, when you open the car door. I didn't hear that. I just heard the lady, and I was like, "Okay." She's like, "Can you climb through the back?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I am." So then she said, "Okay, I put the blankets in." At this point, I'm still trying to, like, maneuver inside the car to get out through the thing. So when she told me that, I was able to maneuver myself to climb out the window through the back. When I climb out the window through the back, there was I look up, and then I see to the right, and I see the lady, but she's a little bit far away. And then I just saw her, and when I saw her, I looked to the left, and the cop's coming. So the cop comes, and it was a girl cop. And I'm over here finishing getting out the car, and then the ambulance comes. Once the ambulance comes, this is like a matter of seconds. I get out, they put me in the ambulance, and then all of a sudden my cousin comes in. And then while this happened, just for me, it felt like a couple seconds like that. And I told my cousin, so I got out the car, the cop came, the ambulance came, they put me inside. As soon as they lay me down, my cousin comes in, and I told him, "Hey, did you see that lady?" And then he's like, "What lady?" I'm like, "The lady that helped me out the car, the one that put the blankets." And in the pictures, I showed you right here, you could probably see those blankets on top of my trunk, which is just crazy, because who keeps that with them at 11 or 12 midnight? It was like 11:45, something like that. And then he's like, "There's no lady out there." And I was like, "What? You see those blankets right there? Look, right there. Look right there. Who keeps those blankets in the in the middle of the night?" So then I asked the cop, who's the girl cop, "Hey, when you came in, you must have seen her, because she was right in front of you." And the girl cop's like, "There was no one here." So that threw me out in the loop. It was just, and and then I remember when they took me to the emergency room, they did a CAT scan and everything. I was a little sore because of the seatbelt right here by my waist, and then I had like this little cut right here. That's it, and it's like a little scar, but that's all I had. And everyone was shocked that, like, you went through that and you're okay. No broken arms, no broken legs, no nothing. I was like, man, I told the story. I just went like this to the middle and let it rock. And then I heard a story in the ER where this guy, he was in Hanover Park. He was coming to the 390. He was going into 390, and he slid at 30 miles an hour on the snow, and he just crashed into the pole, and he died. So, and then they were telling me, because they're like, "Man, you're beyond blessed to have, walked out scot-free, technically, It's just one of those moments that, as I reflect right now, it's been a year, I just, I could have died, I could have died. My kids would have been grieving. I had just had a baby. He was he was probably like a year old at this point. I had my other kid, who was probably around 6, and then the other one was 5. So, as I reflect on this and I make this episode, every day is cherished. You never know. We walk out, with good intentions, but we don't know if we're coming back. I'm starting to do this thing where I always hug my kids before I go to work, because I was going to work, I'm a truck driver, so I'm a regional truck driver, so I come home every other day, And I've been through some rough winters in Pennsylvania. Not really this year, but that at that point of that year, I drove through 2 feet of snow in Pennsylvania because I couldn't find parking. And Pennsylvania, they got those hills. I've also, Minnesota, with the ice. Minnesota's not much about the snow; it's about the ice. When that ice hits in the road, like at one point I was stuck for like 7 hours because I couldn't go up this hill. I had to wait it out until they come, and the snow the ice melted. The icer and everything. Uh, I'm just saying, like, just hug your loved ones. Um, like I said, like I was just going to work, and I remember because I had a fresh cup of coffee, vanilla flavor. I love vanilla, and the cop was like, when he asked me, "You been drinking?" I was just about to be. I had my coffee on my hand, like I was not my hand, but I was about to drink some fresh coffee. He's like, "Yeah, I smelled that over your car." Um, the cops were really cool. It was one of those experiences that, you know, that happens when you gotta reflect on it. Like easily I could have died. I could have not gone to the metal, stayed like this, and then the glass would have just cut my neck. Who would have known? I probably wouldn't be able to have called 911. I wouldn't have been found until like somebody passing by or something. That would have been too late. Maybe I would have bled out. There's so many what ifs, but now I can reflect what happened now. Like it's just I want to say, it's a far fetched thing, but if you see this video, I want to say thank you. I'm not sure. People say you're an angel. And, it's just I don't know what to believe. It's just one of those things that happens in your life that maybe she was there at the right time. Because I could have cut everything was shattered in the trunk, so I could have cut my fingers off. Just one of those things that I'm very blessed to be here right a year from the accident, and that was my cousin's birthday, so I put a stunt for his birthday. Yeah, it's a little bit serious, and I want to say to everybody, thank you for the engagement. Facebook, we got over 1,400 views on Facebook. That's amazing. I never thought Facebook was I'm uploading everywhere, so Facebook was one of those things that took me off guard. I want to say I really appreciate everybody, supporting me. I'm trying to work on my storytelling skills, obviously, and I still have a lot of work to do. But because I had a comment about that, which I appreciate it. TikTok, GMV Pod, Facebook, GMV Podcast, YouTube, GMV Podcast. Just following all the social medias, please. I really appreciate all the support. And this is a little bit of a serious podcast. But I really want to talk about, what happened to me. And let me know if you ever had, some sort of death near experience, how you felt about it afterwards and how it changed you. Because it did change me a lot. And I was already going through that transition where I was changing and valuing people more in my life. And but yeah, thank you again. And for all the support, all the views. TikTok is bombing. YouTube, we're getting there. But I really appreciate all my 30 subscribers on YouTube. YouTube's a hard market to break into. Facebook, appreciate YouTube. Thank you for the engagements. Let me know if you guys ever want to hop on this podcast, and want to tell your story or a promotion or anything like that. Let's do it. Let's work together. Let's keep this grind up because, it's better to have tried and failed than not have tried at all. So that's my motto. It's always been like that every day, and thank you again. Once again, I appreciate every one of you who's keep supporting me and liking and, all the engagement. I really appreciate it, and I'm not stopping, but it takes me 3 or 4 or 10 years. I really enjoy doing this content, and thank you once again, and hope everybody. Oh, one more thing. Let me show you this. See, that's a blanket right there. Let me look at that. And
qué putazote.
that's on my car. Look after that. You see, the airbag will save my life right there. It's one of those things, makes
I
you
survived this big ass rollover.
Look at that. 8 turns.
Que putazote.
8 turns.
Look at
That's
that.
why I climbed at the back. See, that glass was right there. And I love that car. I just want to say that, I love that car. Because I bought that car with 80,000 miles.
Big ass
In
rollover.
2014.
Que putazote.
By the time I the accident happened, it had 194,000, and it was a Honda Civic '08, and all I changed was the what was this, the starter, at $300 fix, basic, and the maintenance, tires, but I don't really count that. $300 fix in almost 8 years, and that made me faithful to Honda. I don't care what they say. I'm sticking with Honda. I'm a Honda, not fanatic, but supporter. If you want a reliable car, Honda. I don't care about the luxury stuff. If I buy a luxury car, it's gonna come from Honda. If I buy whatever, it's Honda. Because, I really believe in their brand. And this is not paid promotion, nothing like that. But Honda's, if you want a reliable car, that's what you get, a Honda. And like I said, it's a little bit more serious episode. Let me know. Follow the social medias, please. YouTube, GMV Podcast. TikTok, GMV Pod. Facebook, GMV Podcast. And, just follow and like the page, please. Thank you for the support. And I'll probably see you guys on Tuesday. If not, actually, maybe I'll drop another podcast tomorrow. Actually, I think I'll have time. All right, thank you guys, and appreciate everyone's support. And you have a good Easter, and enjoy your families if you have families, kids or anything like that. If not, enjoy your love, your parents. Our parents are every day they're here. We're blessed to have them. So, thank you again, and like I said, it was more serious podcast, a thankful podcast, and we're here. And drop a comment, anything like that you guys want to talk about. Anything you guys want to talk about, I'm open to everything. And I appreciate every one of you. Have a great Easter, and I'll see you guys next time.